Hello, everybody. This Brother Speak of the Brother Speak podcast. So I was, I'm going to do a review of the failed debate between the Honest Truth and the Village Arsonist TVA, and I was looking through, um, and I remember I had talked to him on the panel before. I actually talked to him 2 times on the panel. Um, but this one is like the first meeting that me and him had, and well, it didn't go too well. So when I made the comment in Tampa Supremes uh, in his comment section about that whole debate thing, I said, yeah, I knew it was going to fail with the people involved, and I'm going to show you why. Because why I said that. So this was from 2 years ago, and we was talking about Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey, and so I guess the Honest Truth came on there and talked this stuff. This was the time just before he really got big. Um, Kevin Samuel was kind of blowing up, and he was getting big, but he wasn't where he wasn't at his height before the whole Space Ghost Perp thing. So so it started off cordial, you know, but then it went left because he didn't like how I describe a man, and he wanted to throw in white men in there, and I because I don't give really a fuck about white men like that. I don't put them on a pedestal or nothing like. He didn't like that either. So he's a fanboy of white men, which I mean definitely saw it. So, and since I'm not a fanboy of white men like that, I don't really care about them like that, and I don't kiss their ass. I don't put them on a pedestal. I don't care enough. He didn't like that. He didn't like the fact that I don't make a determination about a man from how his dealings with women. I just don't. So I'm gonna play this, and, and you can see why said in the comment section about him and the village arsonist. And the village arsonist is no different than Honest Truth. They act the same, pretty much. You'll see it when I review that failed debate tomorrow. Well, I guess later on today. But anyway, let me play this right quick. Okay, so let's get into this. So let me set this up. We was talking about Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey, and I guess they discussing about men and you know black men and how they feel and stuff like that. So that's I kind of came in at that point, and I just spoke my truth, and well, he didn't like it. So let's get into this. We, we don't have balance. We're all over the place. So yeah, that's why we're not respected. It's not
how we treat the women, who he marrying, and it's the fact that we're even having this argument. We're arguing over Michael B. Jordan being a simp for marrying Lori Harvey, and we don't even understand the nature of that relationship. That's a business relationship.
It's some feminine stuff,
Let's
arguing
take it.
over another man's
Hold on.
marriage.
So,
What the hell?
would you
Hey,
marry Lori
hey,
Harvey?
let me finish. Y'all had way too much time to talk. Let me get this out.
I go ahead.
It's a business arrangement. Everybody benefits. Michael B. Jordan benefits. Lori Harvey benefits. If they break up, they still benefit. So why are we crying? Hey, BMT, you remember that when you had that panel about Lori Harvey? And when I came up, what was the first thing I asked? Remember I asked, what does she do? I didn't ask about what she looked like, how she dressed. I asked, what does she do? You know why I asked what will she do? Because that was going to determine to me what type of value she's going to have. So once y'all explain it to me, okay, high value woman. Now you look at Michael B. Jordan, high value man. They're getting together, they're getting married. It's a no brainer. But we're listening to goofballs like Little Boosie talking about she's a simp. I mean, he's a
Yeah, because I was hearing that they're getting married and it wasn't true. Now, fast forward, I think what was that? 6 months later, almost a year later, they broke up, and and apparently one of the reasons why is that he wanted to get married and she don't. Imagine that. But what I said hold true. They still benefited. Nobody was hurt by it. Everybody benefited. So I was right on that. Now I'm gonna continue.
simp for marrying her. Never mind the fact this is the same goofball who took
They're
his
not
12-year-old son
they're not
to
getting
go.
married. It was
Oh, they're not getting married. Okay, so that
I
was the
think they
rumor going
just
around.
no,
dating.
someone just
I
brought that
think
up in
they just
conversation.
dating.
Okay, but
No,
again,
that never came up. We just brought it up in conversation. That's all.
okay. Well, what I'm saying is we still got goofballs talking about he was a simp for even getting with her. But these are the same goofballs, like a Little Boosie, who took a 12-year-old not to see an escort. No, no, no. He took her to see a crackhead. So we're listening to these goofballs talk about what type of dude should marry what type of chick. And and you wonder why we ain't respected? Now, here's the thing about a man. I don't care if you have a family or not. I don't care if you even help the community or not. Ultimately, that is your choice. It is not a requirement because at the end of the day, it's your choice if you want to do that. To me, a man.
Yeah, this is where after I said about the man thing, yeah, he didn't like that too much. He didn't like that too much.
Understands himself and acts accordingly. He doesn't lie about it. He doesn't fake the funk. He doesn't complain about it. He is what he is, and he understands that. So all this talk about what you're doing for the community is bullshit because the community don't even help a black man get to where he is. You could barely find people in the community try to help a black man to get where he is. Most times they're trying to take away from where he is. If he tries to do something, be in a leadership position, you got black men and black women trying to cut him down, even kill him. And you wonder why there's a lot of black men don't want to do anything for the community because they don't get no support. So for me, that's not a requirement for you to be a man. The requirement for me for you to be a man is you understand yourself and you do it accordingly without lying to people, without faking. You live your life. So you understand that, hey, I don't have the money, I don't have the resources or the mindset to be a wife. That is fine. At least you understand you got a lot of goofballs out here pretending to be husbands, and they know that they can't be husbands, but they've been influenced by this church and ready. So at the end, that's, to me, is not a man. If you are influenced by people around you to the point where you can't even make a decision for yourself. A man is, he does what he wants to do, and he makes his circumstances so that he can do that without lying, without faking the funk or anything. So all this all this talk about, well, you got to be a family man if you're a man, bullshit. Because most times those guys ain't even supported.
Let me ask you something really quickly, brother. Speak. Why is it that white men took over the world?
Because they did what they wanted to do.
No, that's not. That's
You
not the
think
reason why.
Yes, that is the reason why. You think they did?
And you notice that was our first thing he bring up. Not challenging about men, why men do what they do. He brought up white men. I'm like, how do white men get in the conversation? I'm like, I was like, what the? I'm thinking to myself, why is a white man even brought up in this conversation? But you find out he's a fanboy of white dudes. Fanboy.
Did it for their woman? Look how.
No,
Bro,
they did it. They did it for the community as a whole. They did it for the community as a whole. White
look how
men
they
took
treated
over the
women.
world in the name of white men. You want to know something? Guess what? I want you to go punch a white woman in the face in the middle of Manhattan and see who ends up coming to defend her.
Now, some kind of ludicrous stuff. Like, why don't you go punch a white woman in the face and see what happens? I'm like, what the fuck? Why would I want to go punch a white woman? Why would I want to punch any woman in the face? What the fuck? And what's that gonna prove? It's so, man, this shit is weird. Dude's thinking points, like, but again, this is what happens when you love white men. You love white men so much that it's like anything that they perceive as negative about white men. Oh boy, here comes. Oh, you won't punch a white woman, or you won't do nothing to the white man. You won't say nothing to the white man. I'm like, dude. And I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, man. I mean, how much of the white man's ass are you on? How much of the white man's ass are you? I'm like, some of these weirdo questions, like, why did white men conquer the world? Because he fucking wanted to. What is like any other man? Like, why Russia took over Ukraine? Because they wanted to. Why other countries take over other countries? Because they wanted to. They wanted their land. They needed it. They wanted it. They got it. That's what they do. Like, white men fight wars, well, partially to defend their freedoms. And some of them go to war because they want to. I'm like, it's weird. I'm like, this is like, damn, how we get to here? But when you find out later how his channel was ran until the Space Ghost Perp thing, this was a point. He was trying to build himself up to get those divestors and some of these black women who got issues with black men in the manosphere to get over here to his channel. That's what he was doing at the time. You know, weird.
So yeah, go if you don't think that they protect their women, go punch a white
No,
woman
they
and see what
don't.
happens to you.
Okay,
Go
well, let
punch a
me
white woman
ask you
and see who's
this:
gonna arrest you.
why is porn a thing?
Now, before somebody asks me why did I say that, porn is ran by white men, and if you find out a lot of the stuff that they do to the white women in porn, even one of the biggest selling series is Blacked. That is basically showing white women fucking black men. It's one and interracial, mainly white women fucking black men. It's like at least not the top 10 of the porn things besides incest. It was right up there till now. We got the whole stepdaughter, incestual, as close to incest they could possibly get without being actual incest. Besides that, it's like if you want to say number 3. And the reason why I asked that because it's like, okay, this is how they treat their women in porn. They let their women fuck black dudes. If you want to take the cuck thing, that's one of those big things is watch a white dude watch his wife get fucked by a black dude. Do that sound like protection? That's why I even brought the shit up. I wasn't trying to be. I said it to prove a point, but he just, again, I didn't agree with his. I don't agree with him, and this is the shit,
If you saying that white men
That's a
protect
completely
white women,
illogical,
why
irrelevant.
is porn a
That's a
thing?
completely illogical,
Why is porn
irrelevant
a,
question.
why in the fact, since you
Why is
say that
ice
they
cream a thing?
protect,
If we're gonna argue
if they
semantics, why
protect
is ice cream a
if they
thing?
protect white women
Why
like
are
you say they
cars
do,
a thing?
like you
Why
say
are
they
cars a
do,
thing?
why is feminism a thing?
Why are motorcycles a
Why
thing?
is
Let's
there
just talk
white
about
women
anything
right
now.
now?
Let's just talk
They're
about
having
anything.
arguments with each other. Why was the Me Too thing a thing?
Why
These
are
white
t-shirts a
men
thing?
don't protect their women like you think they do. They may protect the image, but
why
let's
are shoes a thing?
let's look at Stormy Daniels a second. Stormy Daniels was used to go after Donald Trump. Once they found out that
he's up here mocking me and shit like that, I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna keep saying what I'm gonna say. It's like you can mock me all you want. It's like, and that's kind of what he do. He'll mock you. He'll throw sneak disses. That's his MO. He's no different than these dudes in the black manosphere. And he tried to put himself as this, oh, I'm totally different. No, you fucking wasn't. You're the same type of dude. And that's why when I saw in how he acted doing that debate, I said, yeah, that's him. That's him. It reminded me of this. Hey, D. Darrell, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm just reviewing this whole thing. Hey, did you see that? Did you see that debate of Tampa Supreme? Well, it tried to be a debate and then it turned into a yelling and screaming match between Honest Truth and the Village Awesomeness. Did you see any of that? Because it was a train wreck that you just had to see. It's just like what the. I said, man, God bless Tampa Supreme for trying, but no, gotta see the Yeah, you gotta go see it. Matter of fact, let me put the link. Yeah, let me put the link in there. Hold on, I'll link it. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. Okay, here we go. There you go. Yeah, that's the link right there. Go check it out. It was as much of a train wreck as you think it is. If you think it could be. Especially we got the village awesomeness in there. I said, I'm like, I know it ain't gonna go well. And just like I thought it would be. Yeah, you need to check it out. It was entertaining. But hold on. So yeah, like he was doing pretty much the same thing he did with me. He was doing that to the village arsonist. But to be fair, the village arsonist started the shit. So it's like so. But like I said, it's like they know different. So let me keep going with this.
It didn't work. They dumped her like a $2 hoe, and you ain't heard nothing about her. That lady that
Why
tried
is the
to go
internet a
after
thing?
Judge Kavanaugh. How do you say his name? Have you heard from her in a while? No.
Why are televisions a
They
thing?
don't care. They will use them up and then throw them away. That's
Yeah,
the
well,
reality.
if that's the
And,
case, go punch a white woman and see where it lands you, my friend. Go punch a white woman and see what
and
race
I've
of
seen
man
some
comes
black
to arrest
dudes
you.
punch a white woman. They ain't do shit to them. Because at
Go
the end
punch
of the day,
well,
if she's trash,
you as
they
a
will
black
throw
man,
her
brother
away.
T, you as a
Keep
black
it,
man, go
let's
punch
keep
a
it.
white woman and
I've
see what type
seen
of man
videos
arrests
of
you.
this.
Yeah. Well,
I
go
didn't
do it
see
for
him get
yourself then.
arrested.
Go do it
I
for
didn't see him
yourself.
get arrested.
Go
It
as a black
depends on
man,
that
go punch a
woman.
white woman and see
It
what happens to you.
depends
Go
on
see
that
what race of
woman.
men.
They don't
Yeah.
protect all white
I
women
bet
like
you
you
won't.
say you do.
I bet you won't. I bet you
I
won't as a
bet
black
you.
man go
I
punch a
bet
white woman.
you.
Honest truth.
I
What
bet
point
you.
are you
Listen,
trying to make by saying that?
go
I'm
in
trying
that.
to tell him that he's hypocritical
Go
in his
in
speaking. He
a
claims
trailer
that white
park and
men
you
don't
see
protect
white
he claims
people
that white men don't protect
beating
white
the
women.
shit out of
As
these
a
white
black
women,
man,
and they ain't doing shit to them.
go punch a
That's not even what I said. I did not say they don't protect white women. That's not even what I said. I said they don't protect them like you think they do. That's what I said. Yes, there's some white men that will defend their white women, but there's a lot they won't. I'm like, I've seen this with my own eyes. I'm like, I've seen the shit. It's like, I'm literally, I can tell you this story. We was at WCW. I know D Darrell probably remember WCW, World Championship Wrestling. They had an event in Houston at the Astrodome. I think it was was it a Thunder or a Nitro? One of the two. Bunch of drunk white dudes. This dude is hitting on this woman, messing with her, fucking with her. Those white men didn't do shit. They ain't try to step in. They ain't try to do nothing. And I'm right here. I'm like, I'm seeing this. They don't even defend them against their own people like that. It's certain situations. Everything is situational. Nothing is like concrete. He want to make it like all these white men protect their women. They don't. Because like I was telling them, why is feminism a thing? If white men was really protecting their white women, like you saying, you wouldn't have feminism. This wouldn't even. They wouldn't even have. They wouldn't even have it. They wouldn't be fighting for laws the way they are now. The no fault divorces, child support, all these different things was not because of black men. It was because of white men leaving their white women because either they got too fat or they just said, I don't want to be married no more, and just burnt off, left her with the kids. That's why they made these laws, alimony, all these different things. You know, and you're trying to tell him that, it's like, but he's a fanboy of white men. I'm like, sorry, I'm not him. Sorry. Nice try though. I'm like, dude, I'm not a fanboy of white men. I don't care. They don't run me. I work for the system. I sit the state of Texas, but I'm not kissing their ass. I have white male friends. I'm cool. One of my supervisors, I'm very cool with. He white, but I don't be kissing his ass. It's just not. That's not what I do. I don't look up to them. I don't. Oh, Mr. Whiteman. Oh, no, I don't do that. That's what he doing. I'm like, goddamn, dude, snap out of it. That's some weak stuff, man. Weak.
A white woman and see what race man
I've seen
arrests you.
pimps do
Well,
it.
doesn't
dude.
Oh yeah,
doesn't
I'm
the
sure
white
you
man
have.
That
affect just as
happen,
much?
bro.
I'm sure you have.
So
And I've seen
it
Denzel
happen.
Washington
Doesn't
drive
the
in
black
Ferrari.
man have the
Nephew.
same level of protection though?
Okay, so
Yeah,
listen,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't think white men protect the women? You as a black man go punch a white woman, see what happens to you.
Well,
See
See,
what
I
race
got
man
this
White
comes
theory
men
to
that they
you.
protect black
protect
women
all
too,
white
though.
women. They
They
don't.
don't even punch.
Just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
y'all
yeah.
have this
Okay,
notion.
He just won't let that. He won't let that thing die. I'm like, God damn. Okay, dude. he just has to believe it. And when you find out he had a lot of divestors in the crowd, he got to play up for the divestors until that went south. I was like, man, and I remember you had black women. Yeah, you tell them on this truth. I'm like, man, y'all fall for some of you black women fall for anything. Weak ass niggas, y'all fall for. I'm like, God damn, man.
That we got to protect all black women. You
Okay,
don't.
go punch a white
No
woman and see
other
what
race of
happens to
men
you.
does it. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
go punch a white woman and see what happens to you.
I know you feel that guilt towards
No.
racism.
No. I see. Now
I
here
know
we go with the
I know
shaming
you
insults.
feel
This
that
is Kevin
guilt
Samuels always
that
says,
some
right?
bum ass
Kevin
black
Samuels always
dude
talks about
treated her
shaming and
bad.
insulting,
But
and
at
black
the
men
end of
shame
the
and
day,
insult just like
if
the black
she's
women that they claim to hate. Black men shame and insult just like Kevin Samuels always says. Here we go with the shaming and guilting. Here we go. Just like Kevin Samuels, your leader, your godfather, your father says. You're shaming and guilting and insulting.
hold up,
Just
bro.
like the
Let
black
me
women that you claim
let me
to hate.
scoop in right quick.
Shaming and the
I don't
insult.
give.
Here you go. Oh, you listen to Kevin. It's like, what the fuck? How Kevin Samuels getting involved in any of this? Oh, you see, yeah, listen to Kevin. Yeah, listen to Kevin. You shaming and excellent. I'm like, no, you sound like you won't let this whole thing about white men die because you think that white men protect white women like that. They don't. And because you think that, but you know, he was putting on the act, but let's just say that this was, let's just say he was being real with this. I don't think he was being real with it at that time. Now that I know how his show ran and how he was exposed, and which is funny, a divester exposed him, a swirler. Even if he believed this, again, they don't protect all white women like that. Just like black men shouldn't protect all black women like that either. They don't, and you shouldn't. I'm sorry. I mean, you, and I know he was at the. Now I know he was put on that, but even if it was, I've heard other men say this, and I've said no. I know, like some of these black male feminists, and I call them that. I know you feel that guilt because maybe not you or maybe some other dude did your sister, your mama, or some black woman did them dirty. Okay, that's not your fault. Your dad did your mom dirty. That's not your fault. And you don't need to make up for that. I will tell it to any black man, you cannot make up for what some other black man did to another black woman. You cannot make up for that. All you can do is treat black women as human beings. If they're good to you, you treat them great. You want to marry them, be the best husband you can be. To black women who are your friends, you be the best friend that you can be. If you're a boss, be the best boss you can be. Do all that. Don't demean them. Don't insult them. Don't be on some hating ass shit that some of these dudes in the manosphere be. Don't do that. It's corny. It's stupid. Don't shame them. Don't try to explain to them anything. Let them live their lives, and you live your life. Protect when it's necessary, but when it's not necessary, and these women don't like you and don't want to be around you, don't do that shit. Don't be on some, we got to protect all of them. No, don't do that. It's silly. Don't let that guilt and shame, and you're ashamed because you couldn't protect your mom or some black woman close to you that don't let that drive you into doing stuff like this. And don't do this for money either. That's even worse. Anyway.
Bro,
Just like the black women that you claim to hate.
I don't give two fucks about Candy Sandals, so
Just
don't
like
put
the
me
black
on
women
that.
that you
I
claim to
ain't with
hate.
the black
Just like
man
the black
shit
women
like
that you
that.
claim to hate, you do
I
the
listen
exact
to him,
same
but
thing.
let me be real. I
Yeah, I
see
know
real
you
life.
listen to him.
If
I know
I
you
see
listen to him
some
because
black
all you
chicks, I
ignorant Negroids listen to him.
wouldn't lift my finger to go help. But there's a black
I know
woman
you.
I
I know
would
you
give
listen
my
to him
life
because
for
all
in a
you ignorant.
heartbeat.
Listen, everyone, chill out.
Listen to Kevin Samuels. I know you do. All right.
True.
So just
I
like
don't
he
listen
says,
to Kevin Samuels.
shaming
Dude,
and
I've done a
insulting.
video where I blasted Kevin Samuels. So what you talking
Why does
about,
that even
Lord?
matter?
I
Why
don't
you keep
listen to
mentioning
Kevin
him?
Samuels. The only reason
Everyone,
I even do content is what's
listen. Nobody can hear y'all. No one can hear y'all, but y'all talking over everyone. Jay, can you hear them?
Nope.
I can't hear them. No, everybody's been saying they don't know what y'all saying. Okay, now
My
talk.
bad.
Okay, there we go.
look.
I don't like to mute people, but understand again. We
Well,
gotta talk.
I don't like the fact that this dude is trying to accuse me of listening to Kevin Samuels. You don't know me, bro. You don't know me.
Really I don't have to know you,
I
man.
don't listen to Kevin Samuels.
Okay, so
But
we're
I
doing.
do know what I see. I know what I've seen in real life, in real time.
That's another thing. It's like, oh my God, you have an opinion that might be similar to what somebody in the black manosphere said. Oh my God, you're black. You must watch Kevin Samuels. I've had two people kind of accuse. Well, actually, how many people? 2, 3, 4 people accuse me of being. I'm like, dude, I do not listen to Kevin Samuels. I don't. I didn't look at him. I looked at him before he got famous, and that was even then that was sparingly. I did not care about Kevin Samuels. When he blew up, I did not care about Kevin Samuels. All I seen was stuff people talk about, and then the stuff I seen made me no. I don't want to look at him. I don't care. I do not want to see a dude just straight up roasting chicks all day. Sorry, that's not entertainment for me. It's not fun for me. Some things I probably kind of agree with. Yeah, a lot of these women need some therapy. Yes, I agree with that. Some of these women delusional. Yeah, I agree with that. But a lot of stuff, I didn't agree with it or care. And I wasn't going. there was some women like, oh, you need to go after Kevin Samuels. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. No, I'd rather not. Because if women gonna keep going over there, I'm not going after. Jesus Christ. But anyway. But yeah, it's like, oh, you sound like Kevin Samuels fan. Nope, I'm not. It's like, don't give a fuck about Kevin Samuels. I roasted him. I'm like, not. I criticize him. I've even said on panels. I've said it in panels on a podcast. Why the fuck are we? Why y'all listening to this dude? Like, why y'all listening to this dude? But you know, oh my God, it's something that. Oh my God, my view as my status as a man is not dependent on women. Oh no, you must be a Kevin Samuel fan. You know.
That's why I can say what I say.
Listen, brother, speak.
So,
Listen,
again-
all right. You and I both know that you're not going to go punch a white
honest
woman
truth,
because
let me
you'll
ask
be
you a
arrested for it.
question.
Hey,
Stop faking
again,
authority.
do not accuse me of something you don't know.
Yeah. Okay, well,
don't
go record yourself punching a white
Honest
woman
truth.
and then being free.
Honest truth.
Okay,
Honest
I
truth.
don't deal with.
Honest truth.
Oh, hey, BMT, can I?
A fool like you are, so I don't talk like you.
No, but
You're projecting
you
yourself,
should
bro.
put them on a pedestal, man.
Can I make my point?
Yeah, I don't have to put them on a pedestal. White
Can
people
I
are
make
pedestalized
my point?
themselves.
Hey,
You're
hey,
doing
They
it
run
right
the
now.
world.
Women
They run
protect
the
white women.
world.
We should be like them. Fuck them.
They run the world. Yeah, I don't have to
They
pedestalize
run
them.
the world. I know. You
Okay,
defeated.
Trailer, ask the question. Trailer.
The reason why I asked if you're white is because you're making an awful lot of fucking conjecture and making a lot of assumptions about what white people will do. And I'm white. All these things you said about what a white men will do when they see shit happening with a white woman. Do you know how fucking ignorant you sound? You know how many white men really actually stand up like that? None at all. That shit don't happen. I don't know what fucking fairy tale world you live in, but that shit ain't going down like you think it is. You think that every white man's want to just jump up like fucking
Listen, you
like
confused white
fucking
men.
Prince Charming
I
and
want
shit.
you to go punch a white woman and see who arrests you. Then, my friend, go record yourself punching one woman of your ilk in your color and
He
see
will
who
go
arrests
to jail.
Of course he will. Now, why would he go to jail?
You're no
Why
better
would he go to
than
jail?
a person who wants
I'm
to
gonna go to jail just like you are, man. You want to know why?
So you think
Because
that
the white
white
woman's
people
gonna
are
fucking
even
call the
better.
cops on you.
Exactly. And what race are the cops that are going to come to arrest you as white men, my white ignorant brother?
Wait, that could be any race, any kind of race.
Now, see here, even the white man is telling them, dude, white men don't protect their white women like you think they do. You got BMT, you got me. Now, you don't have to take our opinion. We black, but we've lived life. We've seen. We actually went outside. I'm sorry. Some of these people who are fucking these who want to champion for black women, even though this dude was a champion because that he honestly feel about black women. He was doing it for money. But some of these dudes who do champion, they don't go outside. They don't be around white folks. They just see something on TV. They see the news. But hell, if you look at the news, you look at forensic files, you look at all this different stuff, they're showing you that white men don't protect white women like you think they do. And they some of these dudes in their mind. Now, he was trying to sell this, but I also he loves white men. He loves white men. Then you come to find out later in this history is that he was hired by white men. White men took him in, you know, stuff like that. Now, listen, one of the positions that I had at my job, I had a black major. I interviewed for the position. I got it. Well, he was debating. I come to find out my white supervisor when the major asked him, "Hey, should Brother Speed take this job?" He said, "Yeah, I trust him." That's how I got the job. I had another white coworker suggesting me to take a position. Now I end up not taking it because for me to take it, I would have to learn certain things to do it, and I didn't really have the time to do it. But those are white men that was trying to help me. Okay. But I still don't put them on a pedestal. I still don't look them above me. I'm not looking at the white man that is above me. I don't. I told him on the I don't give a fuck about white men like that. With a white man on the panel. You know, I just don't.
Yeah, it could be any race. But what race do you think? But what race, if you had to take a guess, if you had to take a
I
guess, see
didn't
now
know
I
this.
got
Hey, you
y'all.
know what?
See
I did
now
not
I
know
got
this
y'all.
was the fucking. I
You
didn't know this
can't
was
argue
the
this.
honest truth
What
fucking
race
show, dude.
what race do you think those police officers that are come to arrest you be?
When did this
What race do
become
you
the
think they're
honest
gonna be?
truth show? You about a
Y'all
dumbass
y'all the most
motherfucker.
ignorant
all
group
these
of
white men
buffoons
are
I
running
ever
to white
spoken to on the internet.
women's defense. They don't do
See, this is
that.
the problem. When you finally have a point, then you start to wiggle your way out of it. What race, if you had to guess, of police officers are going to come arrest you if you punch a white
BMT, you
woman?
cannot have a conversation when you got some
Of
dude
course
on
you
here that
can't, because it's a
wants to
conversation that's
talk
based
over
on
Real
logic.
everybody
white
and
men
won't
telling
shut
you
the
that,
hell
man.
up.
You want to go
He's
yourself?
got to go.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, of course I gotta go because I speak truth, and you want to accept that.
You
Of
don't
course I
speak
gotta go
truth.
because
You're
you're a weak
speaking.
ass man.
No, you
Listen,
speak
hold on,
feelings.
hold on,
I'm
hold on,
telling
hold
you.
on. Honest truth,
You're
honest truth.
speaking
If you
feelings,
say
not truth.
No,
if
I'm
you
not
say the
speaking. I'm
white
not
You're
speaking
man runs
feelings.
blinded.
the world,
What race
why
do
don't
you
you
have?
listen to this white man on this panel right now? The white man runs the world. You have a representative here right now telling you how the white man is. Why don't you listen to the white representative?
Exactly,
You
bro.
admitted
Thank
he runs
you.
the world, so
God
he's here to tell
damn.
you
Yeah,
how the
yeah.
fuck it is.
Truth. You do know, like Triller is a member of BMT, literally a black conglomerate-owned network, and literally he works alongside with us, along with other content creators. Like literally, thank you, Triller. Now the thing about it is, he's
Like,
literally.
dude,
Thank you. So literally, we have a whole multifaceted conglomerate of YouTube content creators that are part of BMT. The thing about it is, he's literally letting you know something that literally, and I have Carol in the chat as well as other people. Like I promise you, like I'm here for having a conversation, but we got to discuss things. Now, Trailer is literally telling you right now that the hedge of protection that y'all think there is, it really does not exist like that. If that's the case, you will not have white women out there saying, "Yo, we're getting our ass beat like left and right." You're just seeing it from your portion, okay?
Yeah, and so then that's when he ran. So that's who you're dealing with. And when you challenge him, that's when the name calling starts. That's when he want to dish you and all kinds of stuff, in which I'm not here for. And I'm like, and that's why I like, yeah, he's a bitch ass nigga. I don't fucking care what he thinks. And the sad thing, you had a bunch of women that were supporting him. I mean, he grew big, and I'm looking at him like, y'all supporting this weak ass nigga. I see why. I see why black women are not as successful as they should be, because you support weak ass niggas. Anybody will say something kind, you will support them. Something that make you feel good. And I'm like, no. I said it on a panel, on DJ Torch's panel. I said, black women, you gotta stop supporting these weak ass niggas. And my prediction came true, because when it's like black dudes who can't think, they come up there bumbling on the panel, on his panels. Yeah, he runs circles around them. But he didn't do that with Taz. And he definitely didn't do that with Space Ghost Perp. He didn't do that. He didn't talk that tough talk with Space Ghost Perp was on there. That's how he almost destroyed his channel. How he lost a lot of his subscribers because of that. But like on that debate, oh, he talked big tough. Over here with me, he trying to overtalk me, insult me. I'm like, man, I ain't with that shit. You sound like an idiot. You sound like a buffoon. You and the thing, he called me a coon. Dude, that dude's a bigger coon than I could ever be. Because he kisses the white man's ass. That's some weak shit, man. You putting white men on a pedestal. That's weak. I don't care. I don't care if they run the world. I don't care. I don't care if he had me in shackles and chains. I'm still not gonna look up to him. I'm just not gonna do it ever. And I don't care. White men run the country. I still don't look up to him. I still don't put him on a pedestal. You got Mexicans over here. They don't put them on a pedestal. You got Chinese men over here. They don't put them on a pedestal. You got Japanese, everybody. Don't put white men on a pedestal. The only people who put white men on a pedestal is black people. And when it's sad that black men put them on a pedestal because that's your competition. But yet you, instead of fighting them or competing, oh, you want to put them on a damn pedestal. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I don't give a damn. He runs the fucking world. I don't care if he got the. I'm dying of thirst. I'm still not gonna kiss his fucking ass. It's not happening. Well, they put themselves on the pedestal. Yes, as they should. Why aren't you? I'm like, that's the point. Why aren't you putting yourself on a pedestal? Some black men will put black women, white men, every other race of person on a pedestal except himself. They will put everything else on a pedestal except himself. You will do everything in your power to demean yourself for black women, white women, Asian women, other races of women, and especially that white man. That's what black men would do. Hell, you could look at Scott Adams. And I was looking at Bernard Riley's live stream. And there was a guy named JB, and he said that I am more powerful than the average white man. And the first thing Edward Anderson said, that's a fucking lie. That was his first, a knee-jerk response. And then he tried to cover up saying, well, what kind of power are you talking about? No. And JB was on his ass. Why would you say that? Because he don't believe it. He don't believe black men can have that much power over the average white man. And you've seen it. You've seen the black man have more power than the average white man. Now, if you're comparing black men, like black millionaires to white millionaires, okay, I'll give you that one. But a black millionaire to the average white guy, you already know that they don't work. You got the average white guy can't keep his kids from being exposed to drag queens and stuff. That's actually happening. You got average white guys up there literally having the white manosphere because they can't get with women. But you got black men who can get women with no problem. And they're women with no problem. But again, that's the thing. We got black men who do not believe that they can get as much power as white men. They don't believe they have any power. And like I said on the panel, I said, black men do not believe, they are not taught to go for power. They're not taught that. They're taught to either defend women, demean women, or be either rule over them like an iron fist or serve them like fucking peasants. They're never taught to be powerful. They're never taught, hey, you can live without these black women. They're not taught that. Meanwhile, the white man is taught to go for power, even at the expense of his white woman. I brought up the example of the Chinese men. They had the one child rule. That literally decimated their women population. Now, do you think they repair that damage with that relationship and try to, say we sorry to the women? No, they went to Africa to get women. Because it was power over everything. And that's why I was trying to tell honest truth. But he don't. But he was stuck on white men so much. He loved white men so much. Now that ain't a sell pitch. Now the other stuff was a sell pitch. Him actually caring about black women, sell pitch. That's why I was like that was a funny debate of you got the honest truth and the village arsonist defending the manosphere and the sisterhood, like two of the worst representatives to defend this shit. And you see here, I mean, I wouldn't let this man defend me for shit. Because he's just like the manosphere. And I don't like Taz or Nyla, but they exposed that too. He ain't no different. He's like the black men he complained about. What these black women complain about. He's the same guy. But you can't tell people nothing. They have to find out for themselves. That's why I don't even trip over who these women follow, who these women. I don't care about that because. And when dudes say, "Hey, I got me a woman," I'm like, I don't give a fuck because women get with goofy niggas all the time. That is nothing new. So, but anyway, so when I review that debate tomorrow, that failed debate, just understand why this is part of the reason why I felt that it wasn't going to go nowhere. And I know the village arsonist, he is just like the honest truth. You challenge them, they get angry, then they want to insult, and then it's talk over you, and then he just act like another nigga that they complain about. It's no point, man. The best you can do as black men, don't listen to these weak niggas. Black women don't support these white niggas. Stop it. So, anyway, it's late. I'm still not going to sleep. I am up. My bedtime is usually about 6, 7 in the morning, so I'll be up. Probably do something else. But I just want to take a stroll through memory lane and show you why. The honest truth, it really ain't worth nothing. Anybody who even seeking his opinion, I don't know why you would do that, but hey, it is what it is. You can't help who people follow. All you can do is just look back, and when they fucking fail and those people turn on them, you just sit back and be like, well, told you. And just walk off. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. This is Brother Speak, and remember, black men, be powerful or be powerless. The choice is yours. Yeah, have a good one. Peace.